What's going on, y'all? It's Monty back with another. What's going on, y'all? It's Monty back with another episode of Mondays with Monty. It's kind of dark out right now, so I kind of got like a little light on my face, and I'm not sure how it's really gonna turn out, but we gonna rock with it for now and see how it goes. I kind of gotta like hunch over and stuff. But anyways, let me jump right into what I want to talk about because I wanted to start. I've been reading a lot of books about relationships, and game in that certain sense of things. And I want to start talking more about it. And not necessarily from the perspective that a lot of people normally do, which is like getting women. Obviously, you kind of have to start there in order to set like a basis or grounds for what I want to talk about. Because the issue I've always had, I've never necessarily had an issue getting women, but I know a lot of men do. Sometimes it's been a struggle for me, even though, but it's always come down to being able to keep them. That's the part that I start to kind of struggle with, keeping them around and keeping them interested and engaged with me. So that's something that I want to kind of talk about, and something that I've been learning and trying to understand and trying to do better. Obviously, it comes with time. Sometimes you just learn better how to navigate relationships, and a lot of it comes down to not understanding what brought the women to you in the first place, or what brought the specific woman to you in the first place. And I feel like a lot of us don't necessarily understand that. A lot of us don't even necessarily understand what women are attracted to in us, like in general. And that's one thing. I was reading this book, and it was all about how, like, these guys are talking about game, all the red pill content where dudes are like, oh, you got to get jacked, women love money, yada yada yada. And that's not really it. Obviously that plays a role into it, but there's a lot that I want to get into and a lot that I want to share with you guys that I've been able to read and learn throughout the past couple months, to be honest. But also, the reason I want to talk about keeping like a woman long term is because I'm like freshly into a new relationship. So obviously, like, being a single person, it's easier for you to have the credibility to talk about certain women, be like, oh, how to get women, I got this roster or whatever. But since I want to talk about keeping a relationship, my proof will be the longevity of the relationship that I'm currently in. So as long as I'm able to keep the relationship that I'm in, that would be the backing that I would need in order to prove that what I'm doing works. So it's going to be a learning for me, because I'm going to be trying the things that I'm learning throughout the process of the relationship, and I will be able to understand what works and what doesn't work. Now, obviously, it's not going to be a cookie cutter type thing. There's not going to be so easy to understand, oh, this is what works all the time. It's not that easy. Obviously, there are some, basis or general rules of what it is, and it comes down to what women are attracted to in general. So I really want to start shifting a lot of the things and get to something else. And one thing I did mention was red pill content, because red pill content, and let me say radical red pill content and radical feminism have become the same thing. The same thing, just opposites of each other. Now, what they both started as, feminism and red pill community, what they both started as was empowerment. Empowerment for men to start chasing better lives and start chasing more success and status. And then empowerment for women for the same exact thing. They wanted more rights as well. They wanted, equal opportunity in the workplace, things of that nature. And the basis of what they both started as were great, perfect. It was awesome. But then as time passed, it started to go a little too far. And now both of them, on the radical end of everything, a lot of them have just started degrading the opposite sex. Like, red pill community has just turned into like, oh, I hate women community. And feminism has turned into an I hate men community. So they've really become the same thing, just the inverse of each other. And it's really upsetting, because they're both, like I said, they're both two entities that have started for great reason, and they did a lot. They have had a lot of benefits and a lot of success, but now people are taking it too far. People are taking it way too far, and that's why people are starting to like clown on all the red pill guys, because it's like, oh, now you guys are just like the dude Myron from Fresh and Fit. Dude, he's literally just becoming like an asshole, you know? Like, if it all started as him being like, men, you need to stand up for yourselves, you need to do this, you need to do that, and that was great. But now he's like, oh, women are worthless, women are yada yada yada, and it's like, dude, you're losing your own plot. You're losing your own plot. And maybe that's what hooks people in, like the whole radical idea, because there are a lot of men who struggle to find women and struggle to have relationships with women, and a way to deflect the responsibility it is on themselves, because it's always going to be your fault. If you're not successful with women, it's your fault. If you're not successful in the way that you want to be, it is your fault. But the red pill, the radicalism of the red pill community is allowing these guys to deflect that responsibility and blame women. Be like, oh, it's all their fault, they're the reason, yada yada. No, it's all you. And it's the same thing over on the feminist side. So it's really unfortunate that both of these have become, something that they're not supposed to be, something they were never supposed to be. And maybe it was inevitable. Maybe that was something that was always going to happen, but it's unfortunate that it unfolded this way. So, all in a nutshell, what I want to wrap up today, because I definitely wanted to get that little portion into it, because I wanted to talk about the red pill community and feminists, but I'm not sure if there's necessarily like a remedy to it, because obviously the people in the middle, the people who are kind of, I guess you could say, indifferent on the subjects, they aren't going as far as the radicals, and they aren't going as far as the hyper conservatives. So finding a medium right in the middle is oftentimes the best thing to do. And then on top of that, I want to start making a little more relationship content, because it's something I feel like near and dear to my heart. But I also want to start doing more of the content that Red Pill initially started with, which is just empowering men to be better. Empowering men to be better. That's literally it. And a lot of the content that I've already made is just empowering people to be better in general. But now there's mostly men who are on, like, who follow my stuff, listen to my music, and do whatever. So I want to hone in on that a little bit more. And that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah, I'm very glad. I'm very excited for this. I really got to start putting some more thought into what I want to do and how I want to kind of structure everything. But this is what we got going. So I hope y'all are ready for the ride. I'm buckling, and let's go. Happy Monday, y'all.
Yeah. Said she never met a nigga she could trust. Yeah. Said don't you worry, baby girl, cause you in love. Okay, yo. And we don't never hit the club, we in the cut. Yeah. My orange soda, baby, you my little crush. Yeah, yeah. Said she never met a nigga she could trust.